Are you serious? Are you serious, guys? Welcome to the Coming Apocalypse. I'm Pastor Paul Begley. Got some very, very, very important information going to share with you this morning. Incredible. And I'm getting info now from several sources. I've had them for a long time, but I'm starting to bring more of the inside information I have, insiders to the table, because things are heating up and I got to do this. Okay. So here we go. Let me first put a shout out real quick for healthwithpaul.com. That's www.healthwithpaul.com. A cutting edge 2024 study shows that collagen can have drastically positive effects on your skin health. This study found that women who take a daily collagen drink see a noticeable reduction in wrinkles and a firmer, more hydrated skin. Okay, but it's important not to use just any random collagen. Make sure you use the best. That's why I use this from BioTrust, this amazing multi-collagen. And I mean, absolutely, I love how it transformed my skin for the better. I mean, unlike poorly sourced collagen you'll typically find on a store shelf in your supermarket, this uses the top 5 critically important types of collagen for your skin, which is, of course, fish and plant collagen. The unique formulation is in a design to reduce the visible signs of aging, reduce the wrinkles, promote youthful glow of your skin, promote elasticity, and promote skin hydration. It's simply, you just mix this little powder, put some of it in your coffee or protein shake or your smoothie in the morning. I mean, it's time to start glowing like I do. All right? Are you serious? Go right now. Go right now to the link below this video. Go to www.healthwithpaul.com. You'll be glad that you did. No doubt about it. All right. Now, Mike from the world. Again, Sunday night we had a special broadcast on a special report on Syria, in which Mike around the world came on and we talked with him for about an hour. If you haven't watched that video, you really should watch it. I'm going to play a portion of it where Mike talked to us about some of the things that were going on at the time of this, really, this hostile takeover of Syria. And how could it happen? How could Syria fall in 2 days? How could 33,000 troops come across the border from Turkey, team up with other radical Islamic groups, and just take over the country? How did Russia just lay down and let it happen? How did the United States just lay down and let it happen? I mean, everybody laid down except Israel's the only one that's really up there blowing away some of those chemical weapon facilities and factories and stuff like that. But why did this happen? This is important. Let's check with, first let's hear what Mike around the world said about this on Sunday night. Listen closely. Yes, I agree.
That's why we have committed so many soldiers to security operations in the Middle East in a very special way, because we understand how volatile it is and how dangerous that situation is. Right, that's not going to maintain itself. Plus, we have the wild card, which is Russia. Russia, I still have that great is a little trepidation with Russia, that given a certain point, Islamic forces will take control of Russian brigades, Russian batteries, Russian divisions, infantry divisions, and air defense, artillery, and the whole nine. They're going to take control of it. They have too many have come from Syria. Right? And they are in the Russian military right now. They've come from Syria. They were trained in Syria. So we have a lot of Syrians who are part of the Russian military.
I'm going to stop him right there. It was Sunday night when I'm talking to him, and I'm interviewing him for over an hour, and he can get on 50 subjects in an hour and give you bits and pieces of stuff. That 1 minute, I thought a lot about it. I kept thinking, he is saying that thousands of Syrians that came over the border into Syria, thousands of these soldiers that came into Syria, but there was a lot of Syrian fighters already there, and that these fighters have been working very closely with Russian troops and Iranian troops for that matter. And then all of a sudden, Russia, who had been defending Assad for 14 years, since 2011, almost 14 years, propping him up, keeping him underground, allowing him to have untold wealth. Then all of a sudden in 2 days, they just back off and let these guys take it. There's something there isn't right. And why didn't the United States get involved, or was? Now, here's the thing. So what happened is I have got a source. Let me play this again. For those of you that are just now getting here, I think it's important. Let's play this again. Let me just back this up a little bit. I want you to hear this again. This is what Mike said in reference to Russia-Syria connection. And then wait till I tell you the rest of this.
Over there waiting. If you had militant groups who became, aggressive enough, given the lack of security these places have, they go in there and take it.
Yes, I agree.
That's why we have committed so many soldiers to security operations in the Middle East in a very special way, because we understand how volatile it is and how dangerous that situation is, right? That's not going to maintain itself. Plus, we have the wild card, which is Russia. Russia, I still have that great, is a little trepidation with Russia, that given a certain point, Islamic forces will take control of Russian brigades, Russian batteries, Russian, divisions, infantry divisions, and air defense, artillery, and the whole nine. They're going to take control of it. They have too many have come from Syria, right? And they are in the Russian military. Right now, they've come from Syria. They were trained in Syria. So we have a lot of Syrians who are part of the Russian military.
Okay. Now, he said that on Sunday night. I've been talking with different sources. I have got an update from today from an internal source. This guy is more involved in technology capabilities internally, and I can't say no more about that or at all. But I'm going to share something with you before I tell you about that. I went to my book. I started thinking about how easy these takeovers are. And I remember what I wrote. Okay, you can, if you have my a copy of my book, Revelation 9:11, you know that we talk about a variety of subjects that are very pertinent to what's happening here. Okay, hang on one second here. I'm sorry about that. And yes, you can still get spiritual warfare. Yes, get the ticket today. If you haven't got your ticket yet for spiritual warfare, make sure you get it. Make sure you get it, okay? Go to our website at paulbegleyprophecy.com or call and get your ticket. Now, in 2012, I wrote a book, and I don't have a copy of it right here handy. It's called, I got it in there, but it's called Mark of the Beast, RFID. I wrote the book in 2012. I self-published it. It's only available at my website. It's the only place you can get it. And I mention it in my book, Revelation 9:11. And let me just read to you what I put in. This is from chapter 6 of my book, Revelation 9:11. I wrote, over a decade ago, Paul, had a dream in which I saw Congress vote to hand the United States over to the control of the United Nations. And then I saw UN officials order UN troops, mostly Chinese, into America to take down the Americans who weren't willing to give up their country. In 2012, I sat down and wrote a novel inspired by this dream. I called it Mark of the Beast, RFID. The book tells the story of several freedom fighters and resistors of the New World Order who oppose the takeover of America and seek to avoid getting arrested or put into internment camps. This was 2012, I wrote that. Food rations started, and frightened Americans were stunned at the events that had unfolded. Many Americans committed suicide, and even more murders continued to happen. America became extremely violent as the excessive quantities of guns were being used every day for survival. American cities were war zones. Water supplies were low, and hunger and death was happening everywhere. Meanwhile, the leader of the New World Order worked with a scientist to develop a new microchip with poison in it to reduce the global population by half, believing that Earth's survival required a massive depopulation program. The plan was to make the poison so deadly that it would kill you in less than 20 minutes. The only cure would be the special antidote, if taken within 10 minutes of it being activated. The poison would be housed inside the capsule of the RFID microchip, which would be implanted in the masses by way of a new global economic banking system. This new microchip would store your birth records, your federal identification number. It would be a GPS for your location. It would become your bank and or debit card. In other words, the chip would. And it would be biometric, of course, and a complete medical health records would all be included. The public was unaware of this tiny capsule inside the microchip, which would contain the deadly poison. If you refused the chip, you could not buy or sell water or receive medical attention or food. The plan was not only to get people to take this mark or this chip, but also to deny Jesus Christ, or else a computer-controlled center would release the deadly hidden poison in the capsule of the microchip. It was now clear that once you took the RFID microchip, you would be damned or you would die. The world would be deceived, and through the desperation of the people, they would embrace this new system. The world's elites, especially the Antichrist, along with the Bilderberg Group and members of the Bohemian Grove, began the depopulation, mass extinction of those unwanted in the human race. I knew the Christians, the Catholics, the Protestants, and Jews were all on the list of those to be exterminated. But since I wrote this fictional book, 18 events that were detailed in the book have come to pass. How many more will happen? I put that in this chapter 6. That's about a page and a half of chapter 6 here in Revelation 9:11. I refer back to the book I wrote in 2012, which was from a dream that I had received. And now many of these events are coming to pass right before our very eyes. Now, let me say something to you. Back to Mike. Let's go back to Mike from around the world. Let's listen to that 1 minute again. And then I'm going to encourage you. Hang on one second. Here we go. Let's listen.
Over there waiting. If you had militant groups who became, aggressive enough, given the lack of security these places have, they go in there and take it.
Yes, I agree.
That's why we have committed so many soldiers to security operations in the Middle East in a very special way, because we understand how volatile it is and how dangerous that situation is. Right? That's not going to maintain itself. Plus, we have the wild card, which is Russia. Russia, I still have that great, is a little trepidation with Russia, that given a certain point, Islamic forces will take control of Russian brigades, Russian batteries, Russian, divisions, infantry divisions, and air defense, artillery, and the whole nine. They're going to take control of it. They have too many have come from Syria. Right? And they are in the Russian military. Right now, they've come from Syria. They were trained in Syria. So we have a lot of Syrians who are part of the Russian military.
All right. Now, that 1 minute out of the whole, a little over an hour interview with Mike on Sunday night, and that you can go watch that interview. That's right here on YouTube, called Syria's Special Report with Mike around the world and Paul Begley. You can watch that video. But that 1 minute out of that interview has sparked me to look for more information. And one of my insiders has gotten me this information this morning, which is extraordinary. And I can't share it here. I can't, because of the people involved in what took place. So what I have to do, I went ahead and made a video over at Patreon this morning. And it's called, let me just look what I named it. Turkey, Russia, takeover of Syria. Just posted it 16 minutes ago or something like that. The Turkey-Russian takeover of Syria. It's about 2 minutes and 41 seconds of very important insider info. You need to go watch it. Those of you who are members of my Patreon channel, go, because you have, once you become a member and once you make your pledge and you give whatever you want to give each month, you have access to all of the exclusive videos. And so yesterday's video, which was so good, and today's, which is incredible, what I just did, go to Patreon. I'll put that right there. Go to patreon.com/Paul Begley, and that should have been a small h. But go to patreon.com/Paul Begley and watch the Patreon video. Watch the Patreon video. It's extremely, extremely good, okay? Matter of fact, I mean, wow, it really, really is, okay? So I'm going to play a song. If you haven't signed up to our Patreon channel, I'm going to tell you something. I'm doing videos there now every day, because I'm going to finally just say, okay, information I've been getting and then not releasing it because I know it was too pertinent or too not the word ain't dangerous, just can't release it here. I'm gonna share this stuff with you guys. We have to. We're in a time now we have to. So I'm doing it all at Patreon. I'm gonna do that always every day at Patreon. Go and watch the video. I'm gonna get a song. If you want to get the book Revelation 9:11 that I just read a minute ago, that is available at Amazon.com. Okay, Amazon.com. Guys, I'm gonna get a song. I'll be right back in a moment. Go to Patreon right now. Sign up, give what you want. Some people give $5 a month, some give more, some give less. You do what you want, but get the information. Become a member at Patreon. I see geese flying high above the water, a child fishing with his father in the rain. I can smell blackberry brandy and chocolate-covered candy. I see a soldier crying on a train, falling asleep, reading Hemingway. You just won't believe this information I just got at Patreon. And the light under the Tiffany lamp glows all night long. Makes a lot of sense. As I dream with weary wonder, leaving Earth before the dawn, I walk the lonely streets of Paris. I was lost and so afraid, falling asleep, reading Hemingway. We see you, Vanya. I believe those have shipped to you already. I feel the deepness of his weakness. Call the main headquarters. They'll give you a tracking number. At a roadside Idaho cafe, I can hear old Teddy laughing, Fitzgerald's toes a-tapping to the roaring sounds of yesterday. Falling asleep, reading Hemingway. And the light under the Tiffany lamp glows all night long, as I dream with weary wonder, leaving Earth before the dawn. I walk the lonely streets of Paris. I was lost and so afraid, falling asleep, reading Hemingway. the light under the Tiffany lamp glows all night long. As I dream with weary wonder, leaving earth before the dawn, I walk the lonely streets of Paris. I was lost and so afraid, falling asleep, reading Hemingway. And then a shotgun blast echoed across the page. Falling asleep, reading Hemingway. That song is on my album, Harmonize and Prophesy. So here's the deal. So as we just talked about, we played Mike Around the World here. The comment he made about the Russia-Syrian alignment. Well, it's really a Turkish-Russian. Well, you need to hear this. So I did extensive information here, very exclusive information from an insider, a technology insider, information on what happened and how Syria fell in 2 days. How did that happen? What's the real story? Well, I've got it on Patreon. You got to go there and watch it right now. If you're not a member there, go become one, because every day I'm releasing information there now going forward. It's too critical a time. I got to get stuff to you. If you've never gotten this book, Revelation 9:11, you certainly need to go order it. Just go quickly. Just go to Amazon.com and order it right now, because the information, and this is becoming more relevant now. You know, this book came out in March of this year, March 24, and it took 2 years to write it. And of course, that's because of all the events that keep happening so fast. You had to keep modifying and putting it in the book. So it's critical to get this information. Maybe you should get 5 of these and give some of these to your family members and friends for Christmas gifts, okay? It might really be a good thing to do. Let's make the push to do that. If you've never ordered my book from 2012, Mark of the Beast, RFID, I should get a copy of that and hold it up. Go do that. It's at my website at paulbegleyprophecy.com. It's self-published. Okay, it's self-published. It is fiction. It is incredible, really. Is it fiction or is it nonfiction? When something's a novel and is that nonfiction? See, now I can't remember. It's nonfiction, okay? But based on the dream that I had, and then sat down and wrote this book. And my son, Paul Jr., helped me edit at the end. But yeah, it's a novel is fiction. Okay, then it's fiction. Thank you so much. So things, my mind forgets things. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Okay, just get the books. So you go get Mark of the Beast RFID. You can only get that at my website, okay? So just go to my website, order that. Go to Amazon.com and order Revelation 9:11. But first thing to do, go to Patreon and sign up and watch this video I just did. Critical information from a technology insider. This will help you understand what happened. This person knows because they're tapped in. Okay. God bless. I love you guys. Give your life to Jesus Christ. I'll be back with more current world events and how they relate to biblical prophecy. We're running out of time. We really are. Are you saved?